Oh hey, gracious me, it's time for another video, isn't it? Well, if I'm gonna have company over, I should change into something a little more appropriate. Sorry, wrong direction. There we are, much better. Well, let's get this party started. Go ahead, have a seat. So if I'm ever gonna find the time to finish this spring series of paintings, I'm gonna have to take a break from our normal fare, the heavily researched, long format videos. Today's video is going to be more of a fun-sized video. Now, what do I have in store for us today? A good old-fashioned reaction video. I've seen a lot of reaction videos on YouTube. Typically, a reaction video is where somebody comments on someone else's YouTube content, usually pretty ridiculous content, and gives their spin on the whole thing. But we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm not like the other channels. Instead, I'm going to write down something someone said to me IRL on this little pieces of paper. Something that I've been stewing over ever since. Something like... And then I will drop them in this fishbowl I have that is completely empty for some reason. I'll drop them in here and then randomly pull them out and respond to them. Gosh, isn't this exciting? I wonder what the first one is going to be. Not everything is all about you, Tracy. Oh, is that so? Well, the first thing we need to consider is, if I'm involved in the thing, it's at least a little about me, right? But I don't try to make everything all about me. It only seems that way to you because when I do things, they are far more interesting and memorable than when you do them. So what's the deal? Are you trying to say that I crave attention? Oh, honey, I need attention like Rapunzel needs hair extensions. Sweetheart, I'm a 5'9" blonde trans chick. There's not a corner in the entire multiverse where I have to go out of my way to get attention. Being conspicuous is my mutant power. Just walking to the bus stop, I turn more heads than the entire student body at beauty college.
Well, all the jokes can't be good. You've got to expect that once in a while.
Do you have any idea what it's like to know, not wonder, but know that every time you leave the house, at least one person's going to stare at you? And I have no way of knowing what motivates them to stare. Do they want to fuck me or kill me? Or both? And in what order? Can't you see, sweetheart, what I'm trying to do is steer the unavoidable attention that I draw into positive directions. Try to use my powers for good. I mean, that's a big part of what the YouTube channel does. Grabbing people's attention to talk about worthwhile causes and issues. Now what reason, my dear, would you say something so hateful to your Aunt Tracy?
If you weren't smaller than me, I'd flog the daylights out of you. But I'm bigger than you. Well, that's another reason.
Let's examine your motivation, shall we? Oh, the scent of jealousy is overpowering. I don't even blame you for being jealous.
Hey, I'm sorry. I never meant to make you feel like you had to be as good as me. I know that's impossible.
Every time we'd give a presentation together, presentations that I wrote the bulk of, BTW, people would simply gush at the end of it. Tracy, you're such an entertaining storyteller. Tracy, you have such a compelling way of relaying information. Tracy, it's a joy to hear you speak. Tracy. And then they'd say, oh yes, and I guess you were here too. I mean, how else are you expecting them to react, Millhouse? You mumble your way through every presentation? Gender identity is... No animation. You might as well just be a cardboard cutout. Oh, I'm sorry, were you speaking? Does that sting? Does the truth hurt? Does it make you cry, knowing?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I possess 3 qualities that you are terribly lacking in. Charm and grace. But I detect a bouquet of arrogance. Oh yeah, arrogance. You're so accustomed to your role as a gatekeeper that you've simply gone mad with power. Oh, you don't see yourself as a gatekeeper? Are you saying that you don't assess people's work and stand between them and something that they need?
None shall pass.
That they spend a ton of precious time and treasure to try to achieve?
None shall pass.
Sitting there, assessing whether people are good enough, smart enough, capable enough, deserving of a certain kind of life, of a certain kind of access. I don't need your advice. I don't need you to keep an eye on me, to try to rein me in. I'm not impressed by your credentials, by your education. If education was impressive, my college transcript goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. How many pages is that? And does my education make me smarter than other people? You're looking at the same woman who ran over her own phone with a skateboard, then tried to show her mother the damage by taking a screenshot of it. It just really seemed like it should have worked. Oh, and honey, your degree program is even more useless than mine. At least I acquired a skill. But Tracy, my university is much more prodigious than your state college. Oh, really? Do you honestly think that the quality of instruction is higher in one place than another? Do you honestly think you're learning something here that people all over the country aren't also being taught? No, not at all, darling. Universities are like men. The only difference between one and the other is the size of their endowment.
What kind of a woman would be attracted to you, do you think?
Well, I have a lot of money.
And there's something else. What is that? A hint of... Oh yes, there it is. Fear, 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 fear. I represent many of your fears. When you see someone just as capable, just as experienced, and just as educated as you are, and you see that they're just barely scraping by in life.
But look at me. I've worked myself up from nothing to a state of extreme poverty. Now, what do you say?
A semi-employed, semi-starving nobody, crying to the void on the internet, and seriously considering sex work as a future vocation. And you realize that could happen to me. That could happen to anybody. Eventually, that academic gravy train, that ride's going to be over.
I trust you're moving us to better quarters on campus.
And when you get to the private sector, the only thing they care about is whether you can make them money.
Personally, I like the university. They gave us money and facilities. We didn't have to produce anything. You've never been out of college. You don't know what it's like out there.
What do you do that a younger person couldn't do for even less money? Oh my gosh, this is fun. Telling people off when they have no way to respond to you. Let's do some more. Oh, let's see what we got. Why are you such an angry bitch? Oh, angry am I? Baby, I'm not angry. I'm just tired. I'm tired of people talking about me, but not talking to me. Tired of being dismissed.
I'm so tired.
Tired of being underestimated. Just because my voice sounds like this doesn't mean you have to infantilize me. I'm an adult. I can handle adult responsibilities. I have a part-time job. But mostly I'm tired of dragging all y'all kicking and screaming to success all the time. Tired of being told no.
Don't you know she's pooped?
Every suggestion you ever made, I would do what I could to make it a reality. But all I ever get from you is contrarian BS. But yes, I get angry sometimes. Anger is an emotion, and it's healthy to have and express emotions. You may think that you're being very professional, very civil, by keeping it all inside. But there ain't no future in frontin'. If I feel a thing, people are gonna know it, and I do not owe you an apology for that. Allow me to conclude by reciting a stanza from the 21st century's greatest poetic voice. And you'll poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. Yeah, there's nothing like a mad woman, is there? What a shame. Oh yeah, forever. Alright, what else do we got? Okay, here we go. I'm busy too, you know. I have a child to take care of. Yeah, well, let's begin with the obvious, shall we? I don't see what your failure to respond to, or even check your damn emails, has to do with your freaky little spawn.
The American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
That's pretty damn low to blame a preschooler for your shortcomings. I mean, you have a partner, an ex, another ex, another ex.
Is it true you're getting a divorce as soon as your husband recovers his eyesight?
All of their grandparents, all of the people we know to babysit. You have an entire Smurf village of helpers. But I'll tell you what's even lower. How dare you throw your role as a mother into the face of a trans woman? Do you have any idea what I would give to be a mother? I've created an entire YouTube channel devoted to me speaking to an imaginary child, honey. You gotta think before you talk. By the way, I didn't need your help at all. Everything was much smoother without your presence. The only thing you ever did was throw up roadblocks. Tell me no. The show you put on had less than a dozen people. My show sold out, sweetheart, during a pandemic. Oh, gee, read more. This is exhilarating. I can't stop now. What else can I respond to? My DMs. I have a ton of DMs. Oh my gosh. My DMs get slid into more often than Yadier Molina. Let's write a few of these down. There, that covers today's DMs. Hey girl, I like your toenails. Thanks. I work out. So, do you have a penis? One way to find out. ¿Cómo está? Me darías la oportunidad de conocerte más. Lo siento, mis patinas de hielo están demasiado apretados. My Spanish is a little rusty. Do you have a penis? No, we answered that one. Do you have... No, got that one. What's under your skirt? I get a lot of the same message. Penis, Where would you fall on the LGBTQ spectrum? Oh well, if we have to put a label on me, I'm a, pan-romantic, asexual, binary femme, anarcho-communistic, vegetarian, transgender southpaw. But most people just call me insufferable. Oh, I got 3, but they're all pictures of penises. 4. Oh, penises. You know, when I get a dick pic, I always save them on my phone. And then I send them back to people who send me this message. You know, eventually, if I keep doing that, someone's going to see someone they know. Maybe a family member. No pun intended. Here we go. Oh yeah, women get this one all the time. Back me up, ladies. Where can I buy quality name brand cutlery at a fraction of retail cost? Check out my friend Nick the Knife Guy. You'll find him on Facebook. Do you think size matters? Tell me what you think of mine. Ooh, baby. I've never seen anything so big. Your daddy must be jolly and green. Ooh, baby. Lord, you look great. Tell me I'm right when I say your head game is second to none. What an intelligent and smart question. Why, I'm gonna have to think about that one all night. Why don't you take off your pants and wait by the phone? Oh, and keep in mind, these aren't the droids that you're looking for. Once again, I'm asking for your financial support. This is a DM from Politics Daddy. I've given you money 9 times already.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times.
Me encantar toda tu. Oh, that's sweet, but you know, I have a few parts I'm not terribly fond of myself. And do you buy used? Because I don't have all the original parts. Somewhere along the line, I lost a pair of, you know what, let's just say tonsils. Hi, Tracy, you are really gorgeous eyes. Oh, you're a sweet talker. Do you know what would get me really hot? Conjugate the base verb be and then use it in its infinitive form. This one says, you are hot. I want you, my dick won't go down, I need you, where are you, can I come over? Alright, let me address this for a minute. Because most of these are basically some version of that exact sentiment. I'm not really sure where guys get the impression that us ladies are just sitting at home waiting for them to message us to come on over. I assume this must work once in every 14 million times.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
But there's gotta be a game with better odds. See, let me break it down for you. For a thing to have value, it needs to be rare, hard to come by. And your limp spaghetti is neither of those things.
Get your trap sharp, I'll smash your head flat.
I've got to get back to the painting. And if you can think of something you'd like your Aunt Tracy to respond to, there's a comment section right down here. Don't forget to like this video. And if you want to be the envy of all of your friends, you need to subscribe right away. And ring that little bell so you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. And if you haven't subscribed yet,
Such a tragedy. Such a tragedy.
ta-ta for now. New question.